Good evening. At the top at 10, slowing the surge of migrants heading towards the U.S. Authorities in northern Mexico now intercepting and deporting them.
The operation kicked off over the weekend. Let's get to Channel 5's Valerie Gonzalez live at the Progreso International Bridge. Valerie.
Migrants from Reynosa, Miguel Alemán, Nuevo Laredo, really anywhere from northern Tamaulipas are heading south to Matamoros. Today, a group of about 180 migrants were picked up from a new shelter that was created there. They were picked up in buses, escorted by state and federal officials. They were headed into Veracruz, where they face deportation. The creation of that shelter is the federal government's response to the request for help from the state of Tamaulipas. In this athletic complex, dozens of migrants are arriving from Tamaulipas border towns. The wait to request asylum can be more than 2 months in places like Reynosa, Miguel Alemán, or Nuevo Laredo. The places they can stay there are limited. Border shelters in Tamaulipas are saturated. The director of the state's Institute for Migrants, José Carmona Flores, cites one example in Nuevo Laredo.
Tenemos una de las casas de atención a migrantes de aquí de Laredo para 80 personas, máximo 100. Ahorita se encuentran más de 350 personas ahí albergadas.
More migrants from Central America are there, but Carmona notes an increase in deported Mexicans too. Last year they received 54,000 deportees. They expect this year to receive 62,000. Tamaulipas is doing more with less. Carmona says 2 federal programs were eliminated, another gutted, that hasn't been restored. They see the shelter in Matamoros as the federal government's response for aid from the state. The facility is new, about a week or 2 in existence. Maureen Meyer, director of the Citizens Council of the National Migration Institute, says it reflects something happening across Mexico.
I think what we've seen in the recent week or 2 has been increased enforcement efforts throughout Mexico to detain and deport migrants. I think in part responding to U.S. pressure for Mexico to do more to address the significant increase in Central American migrant families arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border.
As more enforcement and detentions increase, Meyer cautions it comes with other responsibilities for the country. Last week, over 1,000 migrants escaped detention in southern Mexico.
Actually, one of the biggest risks of this is, does Mexico have the capacity to detain and hold people in humane conditions while they're doing the deportation proceedings?
Tamaulipas, for now, could see a relief in their shelters as some migrants head to Matamoros and others for other states with shorter wait times at U.S. bridges. Carmona tells us the shelter in Matamoros offers care and services for the migrants who are staying there. The group that was staying there today were people who had been rescued from stash houses in Mexico, but they were in the country without permission. Now that group is headed into Veracruz, but eventually they'll make their way to the city where just last week the mass detention escape was reported. Live in Progreso, Valerie Gonzalez, Channel 5 News at 10.